It's July favorites, and I've got a very special one at the end. Wait till you see it. Where to begin? Soap. Wash your hands. This is Aesop soap, and you think, what is she talking about? You know, this is so good smelling. It's expensive, and maybe somebody needs to give it to you as a gift. It's got a fresh, what is the kind of smell? What are they saying that it is? Mandarin rind, rosemary leaf, and cedar atlas. It's got kind of it's a strong smell, but it's a good, fresh, clean smell. And because it's expensive, I just keep it for myself. I keep it by my sink, and so this has lasted a long time. I've also gotten this as a gift. So if somebody wants to give you a gift, ask them for this. It's wonderful. They have soaps, they've got a bunch of stuff. But I'm thrilled to use this soap. It always feels so good when I wash my hands. I love the smell of it. It's just a very clean, it isn't citrusy, even though it says it's mandarin rind. It just has it's luxurious without being opulent, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Anyway, it's really good. I highly recommend it. You know, just before we went the lockdown for the first COVID, I remember being in Century City, and I bought this for myself. And this has lasted all through COVID. Either that means that I don't wash my hands that much. No, what it means is since I keep it just by my vanity, I don't go in there to wash my hands. I usually do wash my hands by the kitchen sink or the bathroom, to be honest. But I love this. I highly recommend it. And it's also a wonderful gift. Everybody knows that this is really good stuff. Then, have you noticed my lips? I have discovered a fabulous red, and that is Tom Ford's Cherry Crush. Cherry Crush? Cherry Lush. And it's very similar to Cherries in the Snow, but it's much more luxurious, it's much more luscious, and I think it's got more layers of colors. But if you're saving money, go for the Cherries in the Snow, but if you want the full deal, go for Cherry Lush. That's what I'm wearing now. Really good stuff. Love it. Love it. Nails. Nails for the summer. You know, I usually wear bright red, or I wear dark colors, burgundy, etc. But for the summer, I really like the look of light nails. So remember, these are press-on. These aren't mine. I mean, they are mine, but they're press-on. They're not real. So these are by Impress. And the reason I like these Impress is that the glue's kind of sticky. It isn't like real glue. It's kind of sticky glue. And I think it's easier on my nails. And the two colors I've been wearing are Funny Bunny, which is an OPI, I guess it's a version of the OPI color, and this is called Point Pink. And this is a little bit, so it isn't as white, but it isn't full-on pink. So I love these two colors. So if you're wearing press-on nails, take a look. I bought this one, which one? I bought this one, I guess I saw this one at CVS, and this one I ordered online. So, you know, none of them ever have the full. I went to Target, I went to Ulta, I went to CVS, and trying to find them, it's wasting gas. So if buy the one that's closest to you. Another thing, books. So there's a book, and it's called Boy's Life, and it's by, I've got a piece of paper here where I wrote down my notes, by Robert McCammon. You know, right underneath where I describe the description of this video, it says show more. Press on that and you'll see I have a listing of all of the products that I'm going to mention. So this one is called Boy's Life by Robert McCammon. It is so good. It's how can I best describe it? It's sweet, it's dear, it's got magic, but not too much magic, and it's warm, it's scary, it's mystery, it's won a number of awards. It's very fulfilling. You read it and you feel warm all over. I highly recommend it. It's a long book, but it's worth it because it the way it's written, it just fills you with warmth, curiosity. It's a good book. Highly recommend Boy's Life by Robert McCammon. Second, have I mentioned Even the Rich, that podcast? I love it. I think I've mentioned it, but sometimes I get mixed up if I've mentioned it to Instagram or I've mentioned it to you. But it doesn't hurt mentioning it twice, right? So I highly recommend Even the Rich. I love the episodes on Dolly Parton, on Marilyn Monroe. Usually I would not read about Marilyn Monroe, but it was fascinating. The same thing with Mariah Carey. Who knew? So there's really good background and information. These women, it's fascinating. So Mariah Carey, Patty Hearst. Again, I wouldn't read a book about her, but I listened to the podcast and I was riveted. The same thing about the Murdochs, read about the Murdochs. So it's an excellent podcast. There's something like, I don't know, 39, a lot of episodes, lots to listen to. So highly recommend Even the Rich. Television shows. Have you seen The Old Man with Jeff Bridges? It's on Hulu, and I'm still in the middle of it. I don't know who done it. I don't know why they did it. I'm still there. It's really good. And there's a friend of mine in, where is she? I think she's in Texas. I think she's in Texas. And we text back and forth as to what our latest obsession on television is. And I told her about this one, and she can't stop thanking me about it. And I also just started watching Blackbird. That one's on Apple Plus. Is that what it's called? Apple TV. That is a thriller, and that's kind of a murder mystery. Really good. I'm 4 episodes in. I think there are 2 more left, but that's a good one also. You know, are you one of those that's like me that is going crazy trying to remember, is it on Hulu? Is it Apple Plus? Subscribing to this, subscribing to that. The only thing I can think of is that we're not going to movie theaters, so I amortize the cost. Instead of buying a ticket to a movie theater, I'm buying a subscription to one of these channels, but I never know which channel I'm on, to be honest. But I paid attention to these because I knew I wanted to tell you about them. So Blackbird, I'm sure that at the August favorites, I'll probably wind up telling you again. So it's Blackbird on Apple TV, and it's The Old Man with Jeff Bridges on Hulu. Really good. He does it. Boy, he's good. Good show. Good show. Both of those are really good. Let's see what else. Oh, you do not need a lot of eyeshadow palettes. This is a really good one. This is by ColourPop. It's called Stone Cold and Fox. And these are very similar to your skin color. So look at the variety. They're glitter, they're not glitter, they're matte. There's a variety of textures, a variety of colors. They go from the very darkest to the very lightest. So I don't think these aren't that big, but you don't need that much. I mean, who's ever used up an eyeshadow palette? I haven't. So I highly recommend this Stone Cold Fox by ColourPop. So I ordered it online, and if you think I can remember where, I think I ordered it from ColourPop. But take a look and see where they have it. Highly recommend. Oh, look, they have the names. They have the names of all of them back here. ColourPop. No, Stone Cold Fox by ColourPop. Highly recommend it. In fact, while we're on the subject, if there's one eyeshadow you need to buy, this is by Nars, and it's called Absynnia. Absynnia. Let me show it to you. Well, I'm opening it up backwards. It's kind of a champagne color, and it's so perfect just on the tip of your lid, and it just adds a radiance. If you buy no other eyeshadow, buy Absynnia. It's really beautiful. It's, let's see, it's rich. It's, you can spread it out, and it's thin, or you can wear it thick, but it has just a gleam, but not too much of a gleam. It's just, I highly recommend Absynnia. I love it, love it. Absynnia by Nars. What else have we got here? Oh, now these are kind of funny and kind of funky. I love gardening. If you didn't know, I think I do. And I think the people on Instagram watch me pull weeds and stuff like that. So I love my garden. We have beautiful monarch butterflies, and I've got these hoses, and they're so heavy and they're so long, and because I'm trying to reach some grasses that are dying. Well, my husband got me, what are they called? They're these hoses that shrink up. They're like snakes. They're so lightweight, and they shrink up. That's it. I have it written down here. It's an expandable hose. It has changed my life. They're so lightweight. I can drag them, far, and then turn it on, and it's so freaky the way it's like a snake. It fills itself up, and then it shrinks. Get an expandable hose. The one we got was by Aterode, Aterod. Again, I'll put it in the show more. I don't know if it's the best. I've only had it for 2 days, but I'm madly in love with the hose. I know, how can you be in love with a hose? But it has changed my life. It's that good. So I really highly recommend an expandable hose. Those are wonderful. The other thing, and you're going to laugh, remember that I was having problems with my dishwasher? Well, I had to have a serviceman come out, and he looked at the dishwasher tablets I was using, and they were Kirkland. I was using Kirkland, or I was wearing Cascade, or I was using something like that. He said, change to finish. He said, you're going to see such a difference. I thought, how can dishwasher soap make that big of a difference? It does. Sometimes the tea would leave ring around my cups. Not with this finish. It is a fabulous dishwashing soap. It clean. You can actually see everything sparkle more than whatever I was using before. So I highly recommend Finish dishwashing soap. And then, so remember I told you if you stuck around till the end? Do you remember that I thought I had lost these credit cards, and that I knew that I'd put them in a special place, and my husband thought they were in a special place, and we looked in the special place and we couldn't find them, and he thought, well, maybe I've already used them. Maybe he couldn't figure out where he had put them. I was sure where I put them, but I didn't remember where I'd put them. It turned out I'd had them in my wallet. I hadn't put them in my jewelry box. So one of my followers, and her name is Jeray Vale, suggested that I take a photo of things that I'm putting away safely. Things that I want to remember where I put them. I'm sure you've got that same thing. Take a picture of it. Take a photo of it. And then put it in a folder. And then she said, and put the title of the folder, Safe Storage, and put it on your computer. And it's like, how you take a photo of your car because you can't remember where you put it? That's the same thing with this. You take a picture of something that if you need to remember where you put it, let's say it's your passport, let's say it's important papers, let's say it's the credit cards, or these cards that that you get that are credit. Take a photo of it, put it in a folder, put it on your computer, label it safe storage, and you won't lose it. That goes for jewelry. It goes for everything that that you're putting in a safe place so that you won't lose it. How about that? So I thank Jeray Vale. I hope that's the way you pronounce it. But that's revolutionized my life, because I can't tell you how many times I put things, I still haven't, remember the fans I couldn't find? I still can't find them. Don't know where they are. If I had a photo of it, I would be able to find it. So I think that's it. I think that's it for this month. I hope you enjoy these. I know that I use every single one of them, and I enjoy every single one of them, and they've all made a difference. Well, I think they have. Well, I mean, that hose, just the dishwasher. I love my nails, my lipstick. All of these things are things that bring me joy and give me pleasure for the month of July. Well, actually, it's going to be an ongoing joy. Hope you enjoyed this. And oh, I never remember. Please remember to subscribe and to click on the like button and be notified for when, hit the bell so you'll be notified when I make another video. And I think that's about it. So I hope you've enjoyed. I've enjoyed it. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.